Hello, my name is Emily, as you may or may not know, and today we're going to be talking about queerbaiting. It's a doozy. Now, if you aren't familiar with that term, it is defined as the incorporation of apparently gay characters or same-sex relationships into film, television shows, etc. as a means of appealing to gay and bisexual audiences while maintaining ambiguity about the character's sexuality. Queerbaiting as a marketing strategy takes advantage of queer people's desire and enthusiasm to see themselves represented in mainstream media. Hollywood studios are like, I know what you little fruit flies want, and we're gonna give it to you. But not actually. Now, I feel like we have made such big strides in recent years when it comes to sexuality that we forget that it really wasn't that long ago that being gay was, considered abnormal and weird and, a one-way ticket to eternal hellfire. I know that a lot of people still think that even today, but back, even just like a few years ago, like less than 10 years ago, it was like way more common. I know it seems like we have a plethora of LGBT storylines in mainstream media, but this is a very recent occurrence, hence why a lot of older people tend to feel like, the gay agenda is being shoved down our throats. Like, someone's like, my little Timmy can't go to school without hearing a Grindr notification. But the progress we have made is great. It's amazing. And I think that a lot of people forget just how different things were, like, not too long ago. It really wasn't that long ago that all gay people had was an iPod Touch Glee and a silent crush on Santana Lopez. She's such a bitch, but there's just something about her. Even when we think about Love, Simon, which is considered to be the first gay narrative produced by a big Hollywood studio, right? That came out in 2018. That was only 5 years ago. Of course, there were other films before that had gay storylines, like Moonlight, The Normal Heart, Brokeback Mountain, Dallas Buyers Club, but those were all by smaller studios, and they were, of course, critically acclaimed. But a lot of those storylines with gay people in it, they are very like doom and gloom, woe is me. It's like, oh my god, I'm gay and I hate it, my life sucks and everyone hates me, but not as much as I hate myself. And Love, Simon was the first gay movie that was geared towards a young audience and had like a happy, lighthearted, like rom-com feel to it. So when we talk about queerbaiting in media, I do think that it's relevant to mention that, it really is a recent occurrence that we are getting canonically, overtly gay characters, leading characters, and storylines. Because at a certain point in time, which was not even that long ago, it was not seen as profitable or marketable to be gay. It was like, oh, wait, you're going to hell. So queerbaiting is used as a way to generate viewership and maintain viewership among LGBT audiences without actually having to include a canonically gay character. This way you can kind of avoid, overt backlash from conservative audiences, and then you can also maintain the interest of studios. It's like the writers of the show having dinner with the studio executives and then like feeding gay people crumbs under the table when no one's looking. Gay people, especially like 10, 15 years ago, would watch an entire piece of media just because there was some gay subtext in it. And most of the time it would just be like a subplot and the characters would only show up for like 5 minutes of the hour-long episode and they would just keep watching it in hopes to see themselves represented, and then it just ends up that the characters, end up being heterosexual, and then the gay people are sitting there like, huh? I mean, queerbaiting, it really is such an appropriate name. It's like we're little mice on a treadmill chasing a piece of cheese, except instead of mice, it's gay people. Instead of cheese, it's like maybe like two girls kissing or something. It's like the writers are gaslighting you into believing that the characters could be gay, and then you feel crazy for believing it. So tell me again what you thought you saw. I don't think I saw it. I did see it. I saw meaningful glances, many of them, and palpable sexual tension, mind you, for 3 movies straight, or gay, so I thought. Right. Right, sure. So you thought that these female characters potentially shared a relationship that was beyond platonic? It's not just me. There are thousands of us, okay? People dedicate hours of their life to write fan fiction about this, okay? Read it and weep, woman! Well, not right now. Don't read it in public. Read it, late at night in bed when you're alone. Okay, listen. I believe that you believe what you saw. But the important thing to remember here is that this is just all in your head, okay? It's all in your head. These characters, they cannot hurt you, okay? They're not gay. They're normal.
Normal?
I'm going to show you a series of photos and I want you to tell me what you see, okay?
All right.
Okay, what is this?
Ellen.
All right, very interesting. Okay, now what about this?
That is two women kissing.
Wrong. Okay, I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath and then look again.
What the fuck? Okay. You changed it!
No, I did not.
Yes, you did!
Okay, see, this is your mind playing ghastly gay tricks on you, all right? It's a part of the gay agenda.
Honestly, I'm just starting to think that you're homophobic.
Let's try this again, okay? Tell me what you see.
That is a rainbow that says, I'm gay and I'm proud.
Incorrect.
Listen, lady, I know what I saw, so you're not gonna make me feel like I'm crazy because... What the fuck?
I do think queerbaiting can be harmful. I mean, it can feel bad for your lived experience to be used as a marketing tactic, basically. However, I do think that sometimes people swing the pendulum too far in the other direction and they demand to know the sexualities of not only characters in a piece of fictional media, but people in real life. I think using the term queerbaiting in regards to fictional characters has validity, right? Because that's the context in which it was created and originally supposed to be used. However, when we're accusing real people of queerbaiting, I really don't think that's as productive or progressive as people think it is. One of the catalysts for this conversation was when the hit show Heartstopper came out on Netflix. It's about these two boys in high school who are in love. One of the young actors from the show was kind of put under the microscope and people were very heavily speculating about his sexuality and kind of putting him under a lot of scrutiny for benefiting off of the queer community without actually claiming it, right? And he felt so pressured to come out that he basically came out on Twitter even though he didn't feel ready and he didn't want to. The tweet said, "I'm bi. Congrats for forcing an 18-year-old to out himself. I think some of you missed the point of the show. Bye." That is honestly just so sad that he felt like he had to go online and be like, fine, I'm bisexual. Is that what you wanted? That is so, and he's so young. He's like a baby. Harry Styles has also often been accused of queerbaiting. Many people feel that he uses a queer or LGBT-esque aesthetic to his advantage or for his image. He's definitely very in touch with his feminine side, I guess, when he, with the way he dresses and everything. A lot of people feel that he is being praised for doing things that openly gay men have been doing for years without him actually having to say he's a part of the community. Billie Eilish was also in a queerbaiting scandal back in 2021 because in one of her music videos, she was kind of having a little, a homoerotic gathering with a bunch of girls in a sleepover setting. Goals. And there are several more instances of people accusing celebrities of queerbaiting, but in my personal opinion, I don't think that we should be policing people on how they should be expressing themselves, whether that be creatively and artistically or just, personally, right? Because why? Because we think that they need a label in order to do so. I don't think that we should be forcing people out of the closet so that we can feel represented in a way that we deem proper or to reaffirm the notion that straight people aren't taking advantage of our community. And also, even if they were straight, there is something to be said about looking at a straight man and being like, excuse me, sir, put that skirt down. That's for the gays and homos only. It's reaffirming stereotypes in general. This belongs to this sexuality, so you shouldn't be able to do that. I'm not gonna go up to a straight woman with short fingernails wearing Doc Martens and be like, stop that. That's supposed to be my thing. And also, honestly, I just feel like the whole idea of coming out is gonna become less and less prevalent as time goes on because, people are starting to accept that heterosexuality is not really the default anymore. You know what I mean? Honestly, if I have a kid, hypothetically, as soon as it comes out, I'm just gonna assume it's bisexual until it tells me otherwise. My kid's first words are gonna be, "Mama, I'm straight." And I'm gonna be like, that's okay, mommy still loves you. So even if celebrities express themselves in certain ways that align with queerness, I think for us as LGBT people who know how excruciating it is to come out even in a private setting to your family, let alone to everybody, you know, in the public eye. And we also know that it can be difficult to choose a label, right? And sometimes your labels change. And to say that you're something in the public eye and you don't know if that's going to change, that's scary too. So I feel like we shouldn't be pressuring people to come out for our own comfort. Like, what are we, the pride police?
Hey, hands up!
What the fuck? Can I help you?
I'm a member of the PP squad.
The PP squad.
Pride Police squad. Now put your limp wrists up where I can see them!
Why do you have a butter knife?
I lost my gun in the club last night because they were playing Rain on Me by Lady Gaga and Ariana and I got too excited so I lost it.
Listen, we have been alerted that you have been publicly exhibiting potentially gay behavior and profiting off of the gay community without actually saying if you're gay or not.
Keep those wrists up!
I'm sorry! I'm not ready to come out yet, and labels scare me.
You're weak!
I'm sorry!
We're gonna have to detain you and then lock you in the pride section of Barnes & Nobles and force feed you iced matcha with oat milk from a trough until you learn your lesson!
That doesn't sound too bad, actually. I feel like I would almost enjoy that. But I'll tweet that I'm gay, okay,
Wrists!
right now, and
I'm afraid we're gonna have to arrest you for first-degree queer baiting.
oh my god. Is this because I wore jorts to my last premiere? And then I was flirting with my female co-star nonstop during all of the interviews, and then I tweeted about the movie Bottoms afterward.
Well, those things definitely don't help your case.
Another controversial topic related to queerbaiting is straight actors playing queer characters. As an actress, I've played characters of different sexualities. You know, when you're acting, you're putting yourself into somebody else's shoes. And that's one of the beautiful things about acting. You know, you get to live another person's life and live in a different perspective. I know not everyone is going to agree, but for me, as someone in that industry, I feel like it would be very restrictive to normalize only playing characters that have the same identity as you. If I'm going up for a role of a woman who likes women, right? Do I think that I should get the role just because I also like women? No. I think I should also get it because I'm sexy and cool and perhaps even talented. However, do not get me wrong, do not be mistaken, okay? As an LGBT actor myself, I feel like not taking the opportunity to hire talented and qualified openly LGBT actors for these roles can be a missed opportunity. I think that casting gay people for gay roles can bring a certain authenticity to the performance, right? Because these people know firsthand what the LGBT experience is like. I also think that LGBT people have been oppressed and our stories have been neglected from the mainstream media for so long that to be a queer artist telling a queer story to your community, I mean, it's simply going to hold a different meaning for us and it's going to resonate with us in a different way than it would for a straight artist. And that's not their fault. They were born that way, born this way. I heard that from a Harvard professor, Lady Gaga. But in a similar vein of, you know, forcing people to come out, if we only reserve straight roles for straight people and bi roles for bi people and gay for gay, you know, whatever, and so on, right? Then we're going to create a work environment where people need to come out to casting directors before they audition. It's like, do we really want to go down that road? You know, having to disclose my sexuality to my employer to even get a chance at having the job? You know, being on Indeed.com and before even typing my name, I type in lesbian. You know, I've seen casting calls before that say LGBT actors encouraged to apply. You know, I think that's fine. Having LGBT artists be involved in LGBT storytelling is very important to me, and I think that it should be encouraged, and it's always a good thing in my book. However, I really don't think it's a progressive thing to ask people what their sexuality is in order for them to get a job.
Incredible work.
Beautiful.
Incredible.
So moving. Thank you. Thank you. I'm really happy to hear that.
Great stuff, seriously. Would you just mind slating to the camera with your name, height, location, what type of porn you watch, if you're a top or a bottom, and how many women you've been with sexually in the last 6 months?
What?
Did you not hear me?
You can just look right into the camera and state your name, height, location, what type of porn you watch, if you're a top or a bottom, and how many women you've been with sexually in the last 6 months.
Like she said.
Okay. Amanda Wang, 5'6", located in Atlanta, Georgia.
And you watch what type of adult filmography? Here, I'll go first, okay? Nothing better for me than a warm cup of sleepy time tea and some hentai, okay? Hardcore. And yourself?
Standard.
Can you elaborate?
I don't want to.
All right. Well, are you a top or a bottom?
I'm whatever is available.
Okay. How many women have you been with in the last 6 months? Sexually.
Besides myself, 0.
Oof. I'm sorry, is this because you're not attracted to women, or because you can't get any women because of your demeanor and the way you look?
I'm straight.
Ooh. Well, all right. We've seen enough, so we'll be in touch. Don't lie. All right, we will not be in touch. We will not be. We will not.
The last thing I want to touch on is how do I say this? Sometimes when people queerbait, we eat it up. Sometimes when people queerbait, it's like, wait, why am I at a buffet right now? This is something we see that happens a lot in K-pop. Oh my god, here she goes again, talking about K-pop. Aren't you Chinese? Why are you talking about K-pop so much? But it is something we see in K-pop though. People go cuckoo, bananas, bonkers crazy when they see attractive same-sex, well, attractive, as if that is a distinction between all the K-pop. They're all attractive, right? When they see same-sex K-pop idols being touchy and gay with each other. And I'll be honest, okay, I would be lying if I said I wasn't at least somewhat guilty of it, right? I mean, I'm a woman who likes women, right? We've known this. And so when I see stunningly attractive, beautiful, talented women on my screen at the same time, and they're like being beautifully attractive together, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, I fucking hate this. Like when the Monster music video with Irene and Solgi came out, I was like, incredible. Chef's kiss to the, it was a French kiss. But also, that was like a 5-course meal of queerbait. Or the Easy music video by WJSN The Black, or the Apple music video by G-Friend, or the Don't Touch Me music video by Misamo, twice subunit, Japanese subunit by the way, where Momo and Sana had scenes where they were very close together, and they even said behind the scenes, we know that the fans are gonna love this, and guess what? They did. And don't get me wrong, literally all of these music videos slayed my life away to such a degree that I was nonverbal while watching them. I was literally too stunned to speak. There's, honestly, sometimes I see women who are so beautiful that I have no choice but to just shut the fuck up. And while I love my girl groups, I do recognize that this is queerbait-esque behavior, and to be frank, it worked. I am queer and I was baited. And a lot of K-pop fans are aware of this. You know, they know that it is a recurrence. And again, we do not know these individuals' sexualities, right? And also, I think a lot of the queer baiting phenomena in K-pop can be attributed to music videos and choreography and creative direction, and we don't know if the idols really have that much of a say in it. From what I've seen, even though people acknowledge queer baiting in this industry, a lot of the times they don't seem to get very mad at the individual idols because, number one, they probably just love the idol so much that they're blinded by it and they don't really care. And then number two, I think if people are going to get mad about queer baiting, a lot of the times they're going to get mad at the industry or the individual agencies rather than the idols themselves, right? Because it's hypocritical of these agencies to put the idols in these situations when they flaunt the gay aesthetic without actually being gay friendly. And even outside of the choreography and music videos, even when the individual idols are really touchy or flirty or, do a lot of, ness with, don't know what that was, but even when they do that with their same-sex members, a lot of fans don't expect them to explicitly come out and state their sexuality because they know that Korean society is more homophobic than that of Western society. So I don't think people really expect them to super openly come out, even if they are accused of queerbaiting. There are a few idols who have come out in subtle ways, where it's like, we're picking up what you're putting down, you know? But it is widely understood that if you were to come out explicitly as a K-pop idol, that it is not an exaggeration to say that it could be detrimental to your career.
All right, so for this scene, we're gonna have you gently caress Rena's cheek, okay? And then slowly drag your finger across her collarbone area and then kind of straddle her and get your face really close to hers, okay? Oh, wow, that's sensual. Yes, that's the point. We're also gonna have you guys almost kiss. We want your lips to be as close together as possible without actually touching, you know? Just leave enough room for maybe like an ant to crawl through, like a baby one, you know? I know it might feel weird to be sensual and romantic with another girl and almost kiss her. Ew, right? But I'm gonna need you to act like you don't mind it. I don't mind it. What does that mean? It just means I don't mind it. I've done it before. Queerbaited? Sure. What are you trying to say? Let's just move on. Are you attracted to women? Are you not? If I was, I would keep it to myself. Oh. Whoops. You're out of the group, Gaijin. What? Hi, we need to get a certain member kicked out of the group. Yeah, we'll just say she had a bullying scandal. But don't mention that she was the one getting bullied. By us.
So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I know that today's topic was slightly more controversial than what I usually talk about, I guess, but what can I say? We love to have fun here. I do think it's interesting how the landscape of sexuality has just changed so much. You know, we went from, you are not allowed to depict this at all, to, all right, you can throw a little bit of rainbow sprinkles in there, to, damn, these celebrities are gay for pay now. And it's weird because sometimes it's like, wait, is gayness being exploited here? But then on the other hand, that means gay is good? Gay make me money. Like, what? But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a good day, no matter what your sexuality is. That's right, you heard it here first. Me, Emily Fan, aka not even Emily, even wants straight people to have a good day. Also, that's something I've been thinking about lately. Not straight people, but I've been thinking about how I kind of want to just start using my real name now. I used to I only had a screen name because I wanted like somewhat of a semblance of privacy, but now you just Google my name and it's right there in plain sight. So I've been thinking about, you know, retiring the name Not Even Emily, because I'm kind of just like I'm 25. Like, what do you mean you have a screen name? You're pushing 30. Also, you know, I just think it might be, to be frank, good for my career. Anyways, have a good day. That's all. And until next time.
They can't hurt you. They're not gay. Okay? They're normal. I mean, that doesn't sound too bad, honestly. I feel like I would almost enjoy it. But I'll tweet flirting with my female co-star nonstop during the interviews and Okay, ow. Rain on Me by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande, and I got too excited and I matcha with oat milk from a trash. I'm afraid we're gonna have to arrest you for first-degree queer baiting. That sentence is ridiculous. But hey, I wrote it, so. God, my neck hurts. 0. Here, I'll go first, okay? I love to. Nothing better for me than a cup of sleepy time tea and some hentai. All right, now your turn. Then a cup of sleepy time tea and some hentai. All right, hardcore. All right, and fuck.